What's up, guys? Exometrium here, and today we are here with episode 1 of my Noob's Road to Football Manager 2017. That's probably what I'm going to call it, but I'm not too sure yet. I'm just getting right into the recording, and like I just said, Noob's Road to FM 2017. I suck at this game. I've played like the past 3 or 4, but I still just suck. I don't watch any YouTube videos to get any better, but I don't know. I still find it a very fun game, and I've seen some people post it. There is a fan base for it, so I sort of want to get into it. And please, if you are a serious FM player, I would advise that you don't watch this, I guess, because I'm going to be very bad at it, and you'll probably be disappointed in every step that I take. But that's the point of this series, is just to show how bad I am and hopefully progress and get better. So you guys can see right here that I did pick Napoli as my team. I'm just going to go right into the squad and show you guys why I do like this team very much. Pepe Reina, he is getting a bit old, but he's a quality goalkeeper. And in this game, unlike FIFA, just because you're old doesn't mean that you are getting bad. Rafael right here, he is 26 years old. He's not half bad. So he's probably going to be replacing Reina in the future if we don't buy a new keeper. My favorite players in this team are probably the left and right back. Right here in the right back, we have Haisaj. I think that's how you say it. I'm gonna say Haisaj, but he's a very quality player. I bought him in my career mode last year, or my FM16 career mode, and right here Gulam as a left back. So I do like the left and right backs. They are not the oldest, so 22 and 25 respectively. So we do have them for a few years, and in the back we do have Vlad Kirikez, former Spurs player, I believe. Yeah, Spurs player for 2 years, and Koulibaly, who did change nationalities from French to Senegalese? Yeah, Senegalese. But we also have a strong midfield. We have Allen and Jorginho, who play in the defensive mid positions. Kaduri, who's also young, I believe. No, 25, but he is a quality midfielder. And we have a very, very fast attacking squad. We have Dries Mertens, Gabbiadini, Jose Callejon, Roberto Insigne, probably the wrong Insigne, yeah, Lorenzo Insigne. Who is Roberto Insigne? 22 years old. He's got some okay stats. Um, but yeah, his brother is definitely way better, Lorenzo, in terms of pace. And we do have the new man up top, Milik. So he does come in for Higuain. First year here, he did pretty good at Ajax. You guys could see 32 goals and 52 appearances. And also, if the quality is bad, it is 720p. I'm doing it for the first episode. I don't know how it's going to look, just because I want to keep the file size small. But if it's bad, I will definitely upgrade the quality to 1920 by 1080. So I guess the first thing that we do is go into our emails. Welcome to Napoli. Let's attend the meeting. And I'm just going to skip through all of this. I don't feel a meeting was required, just because I want to get right into it. I do want to meet the journalists, and I want to have a successful career. And let's do a friendly and intra-squad. And I could find everything else. So yeah, I guess our first game is going to be a intra-squad. And yeah, let's look at our games. He hasn't set it up yet, but we do have four friendlies. The one that's going to be soon is on the 30th. I don't know if we're going to hit it, how fast we're going to hit it. But looking at our transfer update, we have a future transfer. We have a loan guy right here, Marco Rog. What team is he on? He's on okay. He's an attacking midfielder. He looks pretty good. He's only 20 years old and not half bad. So we might play him in the attacking mid position. Like I said, we do have a lot of I'm saying like I said a lot. We do have a lot of fast attackers, so he might not get too much playing time, but he does look good. We have a lot of people out. Not that big of a deal. We'll just stick with what we have. Later on in the emails, let's see. Pepe Reina is out for 11 days to 4 weeks, so we might have to play Rafael. Giaccherini, I'm pretty sure former Sunderland player. Yeah, Sunderland, Juventus, Bologna, whatever. And Tonelli is out. So Reina is pretty much the big one right there. All responsibilities. Background. We'd have a pretty good background as a squad. And they're already seeing what players or recommendations. So before we do anything, let's go into our tactics. Let's fill out our team and see what we can do right here. So Reina is injured, so of course Rafael is going to be in there. And like I said, I do like Haisaj, and I do like Gulam, so they are definitely going to be my starting players. I'm pretty sure I like this formation, the 4-2-3-1. I do want two defensive mids. I might drop a player back right here. We will see how the season goes because in the Serie A, it's a very defensive league. So we have to play very tactically. Up top, I know for sure it's going to be Milik. Left wing, I do like players to cut in and shoot with their opposite foot, or like a left winger, I do like them to shoot with their right foot. So let's see. I want to see the foot of every player. Mertens is left-footed. Gabbiadini is left-footed. Callahan is left-footed. Not looking good. Wrong person. And Insigne, left-footed. So we are not going to have that, I guess. Our left winger is just going to have to be a normal winger then, not cutting inside. So just providing support. Now that gives us a lot of options on the right side. I do want another person who could play in cam. Okay, probably Hamsik is going to play in cam, but no, we are going to drop a player back here. We're gonna have two up here. I do want a shooter right here just because I don't want Milik to be the only attacker, because this guy right here is going to be a support player is what I want. So I need to find a player with some good shooting. Let's see, Mertens, we're shooting or finishing, whatever it says. Finishing 12. Gabbiadini, finishing is 16. It says he's good at a striker, so we might have to play him as striker. Callahan, finishing is 14. That's not half bad, and he's very, very pacey. And Insigne finishing is 12, so probably the worst out of all of them. But for now, we will probably put... I feel like Mertens is very good, but we're going to put Callahan there on the right so he can cut inside. Let's see. I want to play him as this. I do want him to attack quite a bit. And I'm really liking Dries Mertens. Him, Insigne, and Gabbiadini are probably all going to switch, but inside forward, he is going to be a support. Milik, I don't think he is the paciest. Let's see, acceleration 15, that's actually not bad. He's only 22 years old. I know he came from Ajax. Strength, he's pretty strong. Dribbling, he's pretty good. First touch, long shot, he's pretty good at everything. So, what do we want to put him at? As a complete forward, because like I just said, he's good at everything. And I do want him to attack. These two are going to attack, and the rest are going to support. Now we work our way back. Midfield, for sure, we are going to play Hamsik. I don't know where yet. Let's just put the three midfielders that I know for sure that I want to play is Jorginho, Allen, and Hamsik. Because two of these guys are defensive, I want to put the defensive ones on the outside. Hamsik, he's going to be an advanced playmaker, and he's going to support. So he's going to be around this area. I don't want him to get too far up because then we lose a midfielder. Jorginho, looking at his stats, let's see. Defense, where's his defense? Tackling, 14. 14 isn't bad. Positioning, 13. Vision, he's a good passer then. Or he's got some good vision. So I see these guys mostly as defensive midfielders, but I want to see who's the better defender. I feel like it is Allen. So we are going to play Allen as a ball-winning midfield. No, because he's going to push up, pretty sure. To close down the opposition. Yeah, we're going to have him play back and defend. Jorginho, we are going to play him as a... Also, we're going to play him as a... I want to play him as a defensive midfielder, but I do want him to support. So these two midfielders are going to be up a little bit more than Allen. These wingers, they do have a little bit of pace to them, not too much. So I don't know if I'm going to use them as wingbacks. I'll come back and edit those. But for our center backs, Koulibaly I definitely want. And I think I want Vlad Kirikez. So right now we have our full team. Koulibaly, he is pacey, I believe. 12, not too bad. How tall is he? He's 6'5", so he's pretty tall. Kirikez is 6 foot, so not as tall. Koulibaly, I do want him there as a stopper. Let's see. To win the ball without giving away a free kick and clear it. So he is tall. He will head it out of the way, which isn't bad. And Kirkes, I don't really like ball-playing defenders for whatever reason, so I'm going to play him as a defensive center back. I do want him to stay back and defend. Raphael could stay normally, and right now I'm going to put these guys as wingback defense. We are probably going to have to change that or after our first few games we are going to see. And now let's put some people on a bench. I think in the league, Serie A, you could have 8 or something ridiculous. But we are going to put a lot of players. Let's see. Well, might as well put everybody right now. Maggio. Oops, I just put an injured guy. Okay, so everything is looking good so far. We do have our whole team set up. Not looking too bad. Now the next thing we're going to have to do is go into mentality, team shape, and flexible. Because I do want these midfielders to go up a little bit but also play back, I'm going to do fluid, not very fluid, because I don't want them to push really high up and everybody just be all over the place. Mentality, I feel like we're one of the stronger teams in the league, so for now we're going to do control. And I don't see this team as too much of a tiki-taka kind of team. So tempo is going to be normal because I don't want to give up the ball too much. And I'm not going to do short passing. I'm just going to leave that as mixed. Width, we do have quite a bit of width, so I'm going to keep this as balanced for now. And, well, no, we do have 3 midfielders and they're all right there. They're not too far out, so I'm going to do fairly wide. And defense could stay normal, depending who we're playing pretty much. Tight marking, we can hold off on that. And I don't know where I want to go yet, but I do want to work the ball into the box. And potentially later on, put on this look for overlap. I could bring those right and left backs up. How tall is Milik? Milik is 6'1", so he is pretty tall. I think I want to do some float crosses because I don't know if he does have a height advantage though. Yeah, we'll do mixed crosses for now. We could potentially swap that. I definitely want my players to stick to their position. Doesn't allow fluidity. Never mind. But disciplined. Until I know how our team is, I do want our team to be disciplined. And retain possession. I do want to score because, like I said, I don't see our team holding onto the ball too much. But I do want us to attack. So we're only going to have 3 instructions for now, which probably doesn't look that great. And I don't know. We'll see. Let's go to each player. Milik. I do want him to... All that seems fine. Jose Callejon. I want him to shoot more often because I do want him to attack. And dribble a little bit more. Let's go to Dries Mertens. Let's keep him as... No, I don't want him to cut inside with the ball. Maybe I should just do normal winger support. Yeah, run wide with the ball. And I do want him to get forward. So we're going to hold off on this for now. And aim crosses at the center where Milik's going to be. Hopefully. Hamsik. Let's do attack. Yeah, I think we're just going to have to attack because he's a pretty good attacker. And it just seems like a waste holding him back there. So we are changing that. And roam from position. So he's going to be all over the place. Is where we want him. Jorginho. We want him to stay back, definitely. Hold position, that's good. And that looks good. Where's his passing? His passing is 18, so I'm going to put him more risky passes because he's looking good so far from what I see. And not too bad. Allen, I'm not going to really give him anything. Gulam. Yeah, my defenders, everything, I'm just going to keep them the same. And we are going to advance. Right now, our team is looking good. Let's see. Qualified for the Champions League, or Serie A. I can't see our team winning it because Juventus is very strong. Inter Milan is also pretty strong, but I think we can get a close second or third. Roma is very strong too. Competition. Reach the first knockout round. I don't want to go too far up here. And that looks pretty good. Social feed. And I'll just keep that. So our team is looking pretty good. I can't think of any positions that we want to get new players. Maybe a new center back? Because our center backs, they're pretty decent, but we don't have a good pool of them. I want to introduce myself, and I don't think that we can win the season. Qualify for the Champions League, and everybody seems happy, so I'm pretty sure they could expect to. Not really challenge for the title, but I think we could challenge quite a bit, and that's the reaction I was looking for. So morale is pretty high for now, and we do have our first scrimmage game tomorrow against the under 20s. So we should definitely win, and if we don't beat our under 20s, then what's the point of this? Already been 15 minutes in. We'll probably do another 15 minutes. Probably be 30-minute episodes. I hope that these are interesting. If you are a, not Napoli fanboy, if you are a football manager fan, and if you're not too serious about it like me, even though I do hope to get a little bit better. And whenever I see people play, like work the space, and yeah, he's very interesting. But preliminary squad, we're gonna auto select just because they pretty much select everybody. And let's see, Carrasco to meet the media. I do have the best interest with the chairman. Very happy with you have taken this job without being able to speak Italian. Of course, it won't be easy. And I'm just gonna do no comments for now. Not really bothered to do this. I want to get right into this friendly against our under 20s, and that looks like it is coming. It is coming soon. We sold 3,100 season tickets. Yeah, I've added a lot of leagues into this. I don't know, maybe almost all of them. I'm gonna say about 75% of the league. So if we ever wanted to change teams, then we can. And I didn't even get to manage this game. I forgot to change the setting, but we win 6-2. Probably shouldn't have allowed 2 goals, but looking into this, 2 goals from Callahan, who's playing on the right. 2 goals from Insigne, who's playing on the left. Oh, no. Insigne came off of the bench. Gabbiadini came on. Albiol came on. And it's a pretty good game from everybody. I see 2-2, but where's the other 2 goals? There's one right there from Mertens. And I cannot find the other one. Gabbiadini. Oh, Milik scored. Okay. Oh, goal. Oh, these are the goals right here. Those are assists. Never mind. Gabbiadini had 2 goals, so not too bad. We are going to change that setting. Let's go into our staff responsibilities, and first team friendly matches is going to be us. So very disappointing already. I wanted to manage that, but we do get the win against our squad. You could see best performance come from Callahan right there. Worst performance was from Rafael. He got substituted, but he is a goalie, so sort of what do you expect? And auto select the training days. Our next game is in 19 days against Siracusa. And after this episode, I will probably sim to that. But for now, I don't really need to. And after this little sim right here, I'm going to... It's an intensive language course. I'm going to look for a center back because I just said that we needed one. We don't really need one, but let's see. Center backs, we have Albiol and we have this other guy, Antonelli. Let's see this guy right here. 21 years old. He has average stats at best. I can't really see him getting that much better. I don't know. But let's go into our scouting and look for a center back. So where's position? Position is natural at center back. I don't know what our funds are, but we will see. Oh, 16 million. Can we adjust that? We cannot. So we can't spend too much, but it's also a decent amount if we want to get a young player. So who do we have on here? It'd be best if we can get an Italian just so we can fit into the team. But we do have a couple Spanish players. Callejon is Spanish. Mertens is Argentinian, I think. So Romagnoli, he plays for Rome or Milan, I believe. He's 21. He's not bad. Just because I already know I've used him in other games, and you can see right here, also not too bad. So we're going to scout him. Very unlikely that we will get him just because he is on a rival team. But Ogbonna, he plays in the Premier League, used to play in the Serie A, so we will scout him as well. We want to get some players on the cheap, and I do need to get better at getting players like by actually scouting them instead of just knowing who they are like via FIFA or whatever. But let's try to find let's add another thing. Nationality, I do want a guy to fit in. Italian, okay. So, we already got Ogbonna. Rugani is definitely going to be too hard to get. He plays for Juventus, and he's an up-and-coming player. But Story's 29, a little bit old. 28, those guys are a little bit too old for my liking. 25 years old. Doesn't have too much ability. Pretty much the same as his current ability. Romagnoli, this is a different one. Stats aren't that bad. 26 years old. Yeah, we're going to have to take that off. Phil Jones is not a chance. Victor Ruiz, doesn't he play? Yeah, he plays for Villarreal. Stats aren't too bad. 27 years old. His value is 11.75. We'll scout him. We have a couple Spanish players. Calker. I don't want to get any English people. Just, I don't know. This is not my cup of tea. Craig Dawson. Kirchhoff. He plays for, Sunderland. He played for Bayern Munich. I support. Jardel. I think he plays for Benfica. I know he's a quality center back. Look at those stats right there. He's 30 years old. And I said I didn't want to get somebody that's old. But if we can get him on the cheap, look at his value. He's a very strong... He's not the fastest, but he is a strong, tall center back. So I'm going to scout him. And looking at it now, he might be my top priority if I do get a center back. So we're going to advance. And sorry if I keep looking at my other screen. 21 minutes in. But, yeah, not looking too bad. If I do want to get a player. I do like this new feature in 2017, the Twitter thing. You can see what people think about stuff, even though it's generated. Gives you an idea. So Romagnoli, he has good potential and a good, or you better keep eye on his development. So I don't think that they would be willing to sell him. Let's look at his stuff. Yeah, pretty good. And you know what? Just right off the bat, I'm going to make an offer. We are going to offer 7.5 million. And look at that. They come back with 130, so we're going to cancel. I definitely already saw that coming with Milan. And yeah, there's not a chance we're going to get him. But Ogbonna right here, estimated cost 10 to 19 million. He's interested in joining I'm guessing because he's Italian. And I don't think he'd be too expensive. Yeah, stats are pretty good. And he's 28, so he does still have a few years in him. Let's try to make an offer for him. Let's go in with 10 million, the lowest that I said that we could probably get him for, and let's make that offer. Ruiz would be a good signing, so they sort of recommend him. And value cost 20 million. All I'm going to do is make an inquiry about him. Not too sure if I want to offer yet. And also same thing with Yardel. But look how expensive he could be. Once again, we are going to make an inquiry for him and see what both of those teams say. We probably need a new left or right back in backups, or I think we have a backup for left back, but a backup for right back, I can't think of anybody that we have instead of Haisaj. We do have a lot of talent up top, so we definitely don't need a new signing. Maybe a new midfielder. We have the three that I like, but I can't think of anybody else. Maybe El Kaddouri. I believe he's Moroccan. I'm not too sure. But Ruiz has a release clause of 20 million. So either we could get him on the super low, or we have to get him for 20 million. He is 27 years old. He has very good stats. I'm liking that. And let's see. Let's offer 11 million, see what they say. They'll probably come back with that 20 million, but you never know. There's going to be a couple friendlies right there. West Ham want 21 for Ogbonna. He's valued at 13. He's 28 years old, but I just can't be spending that much on a 28-year-old, I don't think. And especially if he's going to be back up. This is going to take up a big chunk of... If we had a bigger transfer budget, then there's a big chance that I would offer maybe 15. But we're going to offer 12. And Jardel is not off, or no price. They are not willing to sell him. So, I don't know. Pretty much. The availability of this striker, 19 years old, 2.9. We're going to scout him because I'm not just going to offer. But this agent did come to me, so we will see. Sorry for my phone buzz. But Villarreal have rejected the 11 million offer. And he is looking, now that I look at him a little bit more, he does look like he would be a decent player. His heading is good. He's 6 foot, not the tallest, but if his heading is good, he must be okay. Marking is pretty good. Passing is average. Tackling is average. Positioning is good, is what we need in the Serie A. These things still need to be scouted on. Jumping reach, he's not tall, so it's only 13. But strength is 16, so that's not that bad. He's been playing. He's been playing in the Spanish league. Oh, he used to play for Napoli, 6 games. So I guess he has some experience here. Everything looks good and says he can only play in one position, but that's all I would want to play him in. So you know what? I'm going to offer a little bit more. I'm going to offer 15 million, and see what they have to say, because I do want to get him now, but we can't because we only have 16 million. No comment. Before next episode, I'll probably sim a little bit closer. You could see right here, 16 days, a little bit closer to that first friendly. And I'm not editing this. I'm just getting the raw file that I'm recording with OBS. So if I do have to do a little bit of editing in future episodes, I'll definitely bring it to Sony Vegas, render it, do all that work. But just so it's easy for the first episode, and you guys can see everything that I'm doing, I do want to just do it all in one shot right here. So let's see. Coming back with our scout reports. Who's this guy? He plays for Atalanta. Miranda. Estimated cost. He's old. But this guy, he looks pretty good. Where's he from? From Ivory Coast. Tackling is good. Now let's go to... Oh, this defensive midfielder. Never mind. But I did say I did want a midfielder too. He's only 19 years old. That's looking good. Got some good stats. Balance is good. He is 5'11", but he's a midfielder, so not that big of a deal. Crossing, he's playing in the midfield, not a big deal. Finishing isn't great. He's a defensive midfielder, though. First touch, Marking, 13, but he is also young. I got to keep remembering that. Passing is okay. Tackling is great. Work rate, very good. Vision, teamwork. Let's make an inquiry. I know I'm not playing this how you guys would, but that's the point of this. I suck, and I'll hopefully get better at this. A few more minutes we'll have of this episode, just see a couple more transfer stuff, and going in with 15 days until the game against Syracuse, who I don't know where they play. They seem like a lower league team, maybe an Italian second or third division team. Not too sure. Taking quite a bit to load. But that midfielder did look pretty good. He's 19 years of age, so if you're going to get him cheap, it's probably the best time now if he does end up being better. But also, we could get an experienced midfielder that's a little bit older for a very low price. This guy, not a worthwhile signing, so okay. Shanghai do make an offer for our player. This is the left back, I think, that I was talking about. And I do want to keep him. He's 28 years old. I don't want to play Gulam every single game just because he needs some rest. And I'm going to straight up reject that offer. And we do get this offer rejected from Villarreal. What can we do? I'm guessing he is a starting player at this squad. He would be interested in joining on loan. They're not willing to allow him to go on loan. So, what can we do? Can we add additional fees? Because now I just really want him. Player to exchange. Let's see. Other players from squad. I'm just thinking right off the top of my head. Albiol. So, do I go back now? How do I add him? Player to exchange. Other players from squad. Albiol. Exchange player. Okay. How much is he worth? He is worth 5.25 million, which sort of goes up to that 20 million. But I'm going to make that offer. It's definitely going to get rejected because I've never seen that work in Football Manager. But you never know. West Ham won 19.75 for Ogbonna. And now that I think about it, Ruiz is 27, Ogbonna's 28, so might as well go a little bit higher on Ogbonna. let's go 15 million. That's going to be my final offer, and that is not negotiable. And after that, I'm not going to offer anything else. And I'll be always injured right when I offer him. But, guys, that is probably going to be the end of the episode. It's been a little bit more than 30 minutes. 30 minutes and 15 seconds to be exact. A little bit more now. But anyways, hopefully you guys did enjoy this Noob's Road to Football Manager 2017 with Napoli. If you guys did like it, please like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what I could do better, what I'm doing bad at, and just give me some tips to just get better at the game. And I will see you guys later.